Hi everyone, I am Alicia and today I'm going to channel some messages around the energies of October 2025. I offer channeling session professionally as well, so if you're interested, you can find my website down below in the description. I also offer energy healing, distance energy healing, and I also like to blend energy healing and channeling because I receive a lot of information as well when I'm looking at all your bodies. So yeah, I offer this type of session online in French and in English. So go check it out if you're interested. And let's dig. Let's start the channeling for October. Let's see what come through. I had seen frontier, like borders, being closed in Europe in September, and that was the case. So that was something I could sense, and it happened. I'm never, like when I channel for a month, you can channel for a month, for a season, but you never know exactly which year it's gonna happen. So that's why I'm trying not to say I'm predicting anything. But yeah, just let's just have a sense of energies for October, just like I did for all the other months since I started. Okay. So let me focus. Alors, the first thing I'm feeling, I'm sensing is that October is the start of something new, of a new energy that is emerging on the planet. It's the start of the energy of it's like the solidarity is coming back. I'm seeing people holding their hands, and this is starting again. Of course, it has been the case in the past, but like the the ascension, the revolution, let's say, that we see across the world is going to really start there by people showing more solidarity with each other. And this is really a tendency, a trend that starts in October. Mostly in villages. It's not about big cities, mostly in villages, and I'm having a sense that I'm receiving this information mostly for France, Germany, so where I am in Europe. Um, it's so each country is carrying their collective emotion or energy, and in the UK it's gonna look very different. For example, another emotion is dominating the people. I mean, the circumstances are also very different with the digital idea. It's much more extreme that here in France, Germany, Italy. France, Germany, Italy have a very similar energy. Spain is still a bit more dormant. Uh, yeah, it's different. There's not the pulse of the people is very different. There's a lot happening in France, Germany, and Italy. Those are very. It feels very very strong. So now I'm told Belgium. So what's happening in Belgium? Belgium in the Netherlands. It's darker. It's darker. It's darker. It's more angry. It's what's hidden, what's underneath, what's underground is darker in Germany. Sorry, in the Netherlands and in Belgium, it's darker. And I'm literally being told it's not going to be pleasant for the people. It's like it's like each country is transcending something, that an energy that have been present collectively. I don't know, there's something like that. It's like there's an energy imprint in each country, and France, Germany, and Italy for some reason have like a common ground. There's something similar there, but all the countries are starting to transcend, and something is starting to emerge in those countries. It's like a code, an imprint. Yeah, it's really weird. Like I'm the thing I'm seeing now is it's like turning a little bit more like basic, in the sense of it's like a code over the country, like a wound. There was a wound done to the country, or a wound done, this collective emotion, collective energy that is very specific to the nation, that is starting to being transcended. It feels really intense. It feels really, really intense. And this is just a start. This is just a start. It's still, I'm seeing some kind of pulse. It's like pulsating. Pulsing. I don't know how you said that in English. Alors. I'm shown I'm shown something that has to do with water. I think it's more on the west side of Europe. It can be France, can be England, just the west coast. Spain, Belgium, Netherlands, like all the west side of Europe. Something with water, overflowing water. It doesn't seem like it's symbolic. It seems like it's like a climatic thing. In October. Something with water, something with the wind. It's yeah, I'm really seeing like floatings over certain pieces of land. I'm shown the north of Spain, especially the north of Spain. There's something that it's like, usually, I mean, of course, that's the Atlantic Ocean. Usually floodings happen regularly. I mean, there's storms on this part of Europe, but this time in north of Spain, it's going to be a little bit more than it usually is. And I see floodings over part of the northwest of Spain. There's some infiltration. There's something about the water also reaching underground. There's something. It's gonna change the quality of the soil or something, because there's so much water coming underground. And I'm talking about the northwest of Spain right now. There's an emphasis on Spain in October more than other countries. I'm shown that it's very dormant. People are very dormant. People are looking at their feet a little bit too much. They're looking at themselves a bit too much. They're victimizing the victim identity. That's something that is very important in Spain. That's why they are going to be a bit shaken up, something like this. And I have headache now. There's some kind of urgency. There's a sense of urgency to wake up the Spanish people, because it's very dormant and very self-oriented as a nation. I'm shown like there's a barrier over the country. I don't know why I'm shown that, like there's a border or barrier all around the country. I don't know, maybe they are closing the borders as well. It's like Spain is going quite drastically towards like very strong nationalism, but it doesn't seem to be exactly the right thing to do. It feels very extreme, very it's like, and I'm seeing a man, like a politician or something, or like a man that is speaking that people are listening to, maybe a politician of the opposition or something, like someone who's very a man. He's dark hair, he's like around 50 years old or something, he's not so old, and he's speaking to the people, and people are really like believing him and following him. He has a very like very strong opinion, very strong speech. People are really drinking his words, and he is really trying to push the country in the direction of like going towards them, like isolating themselves from the rest. And it feels like on paper it seems logical, because a lot of people are agreeing with this, agree with this, but it's actually not the right thing to do. And yeah, and it has to do, it's like they're like, yeah, isolating themselves and like depending only on themselves, like being more closed up to the rest of the world. Yeah, and it's like the sea or the water overflowing is like a reminder that no, you're not all alone, and you can't just isolate yourself from the world, and the world is coming to you, the sea is overflowing in your country. It's like a wake-up call from nature, something like this, because this overflowing feels actually very natural. Yeah, I hope this is clear. Sorry for that. So yeah, Spain seemed like a big emphasis. It's, yeah, okay. Alors, is there anything coming through? Alors, is there anything specific around the energies of October 2025? It's like, okay, it's about what I'm shown is it's all about the hurt. On one hand, generosity, solidarity, people coming together. In another hand, people are being more angry, rightfully so. Angry, but it's turning into like very hateful, very like selfish mode. It's like their own pain, the own pain of the people, or the discontent of the people, is instrumentalized against themselves, so that they cultivate anger. And yeah, but there's another part of the people who are actually just opening up and being very solidary and finding back their identity as local. It's like in local areas, a little bit everywhere in Europe. It's like people are finding back their sense of identity as a collective group, and it's not motivated by anger, but really motivated by the need and the desire to be stronger together, something like this. Alors, can I have an example of this group? And I'm shown England directly. So what is it about? It's about finance, it's about money, it's about handing money. Like there's a group of people in England. I see like a small town, or it's not happening just in one town, but it's locally. People are talking about, okay, how can we deal with finances? What do you need? What can we offer? How can we as a village support each other? Something like this. It's kind of the spirit. It's not exactly that. It's about money. It's about money, belongings, and supporting each other. I don't see that in France at the moment. Again, like I had said in September channeling, in Brittany there's something going on in Brittany, which is interesting because it's also Celtic or Celtic. It's like in the UK. Yeah, in the UK it's really like there's some kind of organization. People are organizing underground, kind of. It has started there. In Germany, there's something a little bit similar, but it's not the same. But there's something happening locally. It's more spiritual, I'm being told. It's more emotional. It's not about fact, like, it's not about organizing practical life, finances, something like this. It's more like people people's heart being activated, and it's more like emotional, spiritual change in Germany. Germans being less German. Yeah, I live in Germany, so I can say that. In France, it's different. In France, it's difficult. It's too messy. It's very chaotic energy in France. It's very chaotic energy. It's too splitted. Too splitted. Yeah. Which is okay. It feels like it's the right thing at the moment. It's just like a chapter. It's complete. Whatever is happening in Europe is just, it's part of the journey, and each country has their own journey towards their collective hell and their collective paradise. I don't know, like, they have to go through these collective phases, and sometimes you have two worlds, two different energy in one country. It's just part of it. Everything, again, what I'm being told right now is like everything is following its course. There's no delay. I feel like some people watching this video might think there's some kind of delay. But there's no delay. It's not delayed at all. It's part of it. Is there any other information? Something about October in the United States? Alors, I was thinking to ask about the United States, and the first thing I was told is preparation. There's something being prepared in the United States. Something big is being prepared. Again, I have been mentioning that several times. I called it Black November. I mean, I didn't call it, I literally heard Black November. Something happening in November, quite massive. Something, I really do not know what it is, but it's gonna be quite massive. It's not gonna touch the entire United States, but it's gonna be quite intense all over the country. And there's something being prepared in October. It seems to be more like people being in the street than like a pandemic or something. It's like emotions. It's like a surge of like emotions coming up from the underground. And the state is triggering this. The state is preparing a plan to trigger this. The state wants to trigger a reaction from people. And by the way, I don't think DT has the best interest of the American people, for sure. They're trying to trigger something in October, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna be triggered in November. There's gonna be confrontations. It's gonna take very like multiple forms, depending on the energy and the need of different areas. Some areas needs to be set on fire, literally or not literally, and some other areas just need to be shaken up so that people start discussing, people start debating or something like this. Yeah, it's just the overall energy around the United States. Yeah, I wonder what's gonna happen in November. It's gonna be short. I think 2-3 weeks in November. December is gonna be very calm in the United States. Calm, but shock. People are going to be a bit like shaken from what happened in November. It's gonna take, and again, I'm shown that depending on the state and depending on the geography and what the geography need to ascension to change, to transmute. Whatever is going to happen in November will take a different turn, like a different form. And end of November in Europe as well. End of November in Europe as well. Something to do with children, something to do with health. Practicality. It's like people are going to go in a certain direction because they think it's practical. And the others know. I don't know. Yeah, there's something. They got the state in France, in Europe, but I'm saying France most there's a big emphasis on France. In France, it's like the state is gonna offer a solution which is very practical to the problem, and it's all about that. There's so much defiance in France. There's so much defiance in France towards the government. Completely fair, of course. So much defiance, so much. The feeling that I'm getting is very different from the United States or the UK. It's completely different. In the UK, it's very combative. In the United States, it's very like people against people. And in France, it's more like, what is the government going to do to try to destroy us? Like, it's kind of this, it's like loss of hope and like, what is going to happen to us? Like, yeah, I think people are expecting something to happen. In France, it's mostly going to be December, to be honest. December. Not like in the United States, it's going to be right from the start of November. In France, it's going to be more. I thought something's going to happen end of November, and especially through December, January, and until February. It's going to be a little bit longer, a little bit different. And yeah, the States is going to be very fast. Something else gonna happen in the United States, but more like in the summer, in July or September. Something that has to do with climate, something that has to do with the earth. Not with the water. I don't see a tsunami. I see something, movement within the earth. Maybe something that has to do with a volcano shaking or something. Maybe some fires. But I'm seeing something about the earth movement. That's why I'm showing like the earth in the United States is like doing something a bit weird between July and September next year. I'm not saying like water or tsunami or something like this. It has to do with the earth and its movement. Okay, is there anything we can see? Is there anything we can see in Asia maybe for October? I'm hearing like people like people that were lost. I'm seeing mostly Indonesia, like mostly the southeast of Asia. A group of people which disappear. I don't know if we are talking about like the Malaysia Airlines or plane. Okay, I'm not sure if I assumed that or if that was the message, but there's like a large group of people that disappeared in the past, or they are going to disappear, and it's like we are going to learn more about this case, about this situation. Yeah, I'm just seeing like a big story on the news about people disappearing in Southeast Asia, like Jakarta, Indonesia, something like this. We're gonna hear about that. There's a lot around the theme of people disappearing. I'm also shown the trafficking, a lot of people disappearing in this area, Southeast Asia. There's a network maybe abductions, something like this, like people disappearing. And it seems to be a recurring topic because I am shown a very specific case about a group of people disappearing, and we're gonna hear about this in October. But I also hear that there's a dynamic there. Maybe it's like it's something about their, how can I explain that? Something happening in this geographical area, something that happens. I don't know if it's trafficking or something. I feel like there's some kind of trafficking routes coming from this part of Asia. So it's about babies. It's also about men, a part of men, like maybe organs or something. Young men, there's something about young men, but adult, huh? Just they just look relatively young, like around 20-year-old or something. It's like a group of men. I don't know if it's like a jail or something, like it's like a group of men have been disappearing for a while or something, like a certain type of demographics of men have been disappearing from these areas. It feels like it's about there's a traffic and it's about surgery. We're gonna hear about that. I don't know, we're gonna hear about that in October. Okay, I think that was it for now. I think that was it for October. All right. Okay, then that was it. That was it for October. Might do another video for like the mid-October or like some update if I feel that it's necessary. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and bye.